Hey guys, welcome back to the Enfield Guy. Today we are at Sydney Airport, about to jump on a flight down to Melbourne, heading down to the Mornington Peninsula to be more precise, for an exciting launch. There'll be more coming up, so stay tuned. Okay, so here we are at the Royal Enfield 350cc Classic launch. We're the second group to go out today. We had a group of guys and girls from Victoria who've already gone out, and we're going to head off shortly. There's only a couple on this ride. When I say couple, there's only 4, I think. And straight into it. This is great. We're down at the Mornington Peninsula. I just had an amazing lunch. I'll get the name of the place where we were at eating, which is just beautiful. So I'm here just next to Tommy and Maddie from Urban Moto, getting some tracking shots here. Some big potholes. Shit, we're all right. And again, like we've done in other videos, you can see Maddie getting some ground up shots. Oh, me and the guys behind me. This will form part of hopefully my video and the other guys as well, and the main video. He's getting me into spot. So good to be back on this bike. I do miss the Classic. I do have a Classic, a Bullet Classic actually, which is the best of both worlds, but man, I wish I had another microphone set up for the exhaust on here. It's awesome. And I tell you what, this colourway as well is right up my alley. This is a beautiful sort of bronzy brown chrome. Reminds me of an old 70s Fairlane Fastback 500 that my dad used to have. Yeah, the features on this bike as well. This is the I'll have the full spec details up on the screen now, but on the like standard entry-level model, without the tripper dash, the tripper would normally be in here. This does have the gear indicator to let you know which gear you're in, which I do like. I think it's definitely worth having on here. And it's got all the premium sort of controls on the cluster as well, and yeah, it's great to be on 350 again. Here we go. Got a bit of a look out here. Oh wow, look at that. Holy crap, what a view. Mate, no, never. Okay, back around for a couple of shots. That red is beautiful. That's like my I've got an old 1961 Royal Enfield Clipper, and it's got the it's a little bit lighter than that, but yeah, that's stunning. It really is nice. So check this out for a view. The Chapman's Point lookout. Just amazing. So, sitting on a freeway at 90 k's an hour, 5th gear, probably about 5,000 or 6,000, probably about 5,500 revs, maybe 6,000. Night and day between the old Bullet and Classic. Just the way it handles, way less vibrations. It's yeah, much more manageable. So it's kind of cool, this launch. It's been a fly in this morning, Drive down from Melbourne Airport down to the Mornington Peninsula, straight into lunch. Like I said, way too much food. It was fantastic. I'll put a link to the restaurant we went to, and then straight on the bikes for an hour or so. And then it's probably, no doubt, back in the car and heading back to the airport. So, yeah, possible to do an interstate launch in one day and do it well. So hats off to Mal and the crew at Royal Enfield Australia and Urban Moto Imports for putting on a great day. So the thing I love about this setup as well, you know, these sort of period correct, the instrument cluster is a fluted grips, and you know, the control cluster as well. It's all just so easily accessible, and it's not over the top. It's bang on. And talk about value for money, far out. Like, they started about 7,900 and worked their way up to, you know, below 9 for the top spec, which I'll list them all out. But they really are a lot of bike for not very much money. And the awesome thing about these bikes is, you know, I'm heading along country road here with speed limit's 80, and it doesn't feel like the bike's really pushing itself to get to 80 with me on it. I'm about 100 kilos. It's just a really good, honest motorcycle. It's far out, good to look at, comfortable as hell. Everything's appointed well, it's in the right position. I'm comfortable. I could spend all day on this bike and not get sick of it at all. So around near Bushrangers Bay, apparently we are. And look at this opening up. Wow, this is pretty nice. Wow. Maybe a couple of vineyards in there, I'd say. That's pretty. Now I reckon this with a shield on it would look pretty awesome also. It's, I mean, on the freeway before it was fine, but I always had this thing and I always talk about it. I don't have a shield on my helmet, so I need to get that shit sorted out. Toot sweet. Yeah, I need a new helmet big time. But on this bike, I think a shield would be awesome. It'd look the bomb as well. All these cool little towns that just pop up. Bit of antiquing, a spot of antiquing. Mini Moke factory? No, I don't think it is. Oh, cool old army wagon. Look at these trees, how beautiful. Oh, wow. Ew, look at this. How amazing. So cool. Sweet. A killer ride.
Just up onto the pier. If anybody wants you to pitch the camera or picture standing on the bike, whatever, now's the time. We'll take one here without the seat on. I might take the silver one. I'll do a selfie with the bike. Yeah, we'll do selfies. But if you want to do a quick pitch to camera.
Yeah. So we've just stopped down at Flinders Jetty, which is down one of the more southern parts of the Mornington Peninsula. Some of the guys are going to do a piece to camera with the Classic up on the jetty there, but wow, what a ride so far. This has been magnificent. and the bike's holding up really well. I was just saying in some of the riding footage how awesome it is to be back on a 350 again, and how fun, you know, the single is. It's you know, plenty of power to get you where you need to go. There's a great commuter bikes, but just to look at them far out, they are such a pretty bike, and it's a hell of a lot of bike too for, you know, starting at 7,990 right away. So I'll put all the specs up of these bikes, but yeah, absolute stunners. All right, so on the final stretch of the launch, and like I said before, it's been a good little, kind of cool little group. It's just 4 of us. The Melbourne group did go out earlier. It's a shame I only crossed paths with Gary Meehan, who you might know from MasterChef. He's an avid motorcyclist and has been part of the Royal Enfield family for a while. And I remember an episode he did of one of his own shows. It might have been on Channel 10, I can't remember, but he went to Chennai. I mean, he goes back and forth to India all the time, but he went to Chennai and went to the Royal Enfield factory, and that was quite a few years back, and I think he was riding around on a Continental GT 535, and that was cool. I remember when I saw him on that the first time, I was just like, oh wow, that's pretty sick. No one's waiting for us here, but that's all good. I'm going to go. Yeah, said a couple of g'days to him at lunch, but haven't had the chance to meet him properly yet, so I will do that, no doubt, at the next launch. Hopefully it might be one that's local, or it could be one abroad. We'll see. It's incredible how much you can pack into one day, and again, always really appreciative to be able to come along on these launches and share my opinions with you. And yeah, I might be biased, but you know what? Show me where you can buy a bike like this for under 8 grand as a commuter that's as stylish as this, has bang for buck. You're not gonna, you know, I'll just wait here until you can find it. But these are a stunning bike, absolutely stunning. As a modern classic, there's nothing that compares to it for this price range, nothing at all. And you know what you're getting. You absolutely know what you're getting. I'm not buying this bike to be commuting between cities every day. And when I say commuting between cities, I'm talking 110 kilometers an hour. I'm not buying it for that. I'm buying this bike for, you know, commuting to work from the suburbs to the city. I'm buying this for weekend, you know, rides between country towns, and it does it bloody well. A belly full of food is what I've got after that. Wow, that was a good feed. Look at that. Let's have a look at all the colourways.
I don't know what he's talking about. We got Jimmy.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we got absolutely drenched on the Himalayan?
Oh, the scram.
Was it the scram?
It was the scram coming back from.
Queensland?
Yeah.
Queensland.
Yeah.
Stuart didn't have his gear. Yeah, we
Oh,
got
sorry. Yeah, Stu didn't have his gear,
and we got drenched.
so he couldn't do day one. I did day one, and I gave him my gear and said, "You can do day two." That's right.
That's right, he lost his bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got drenched then.
Yeah.
Still had
But that was at pace too. That
Yeah, I remember.
yeah. All right, so quick look through the colourways, which I'll put up as I walk past each one. That's my pick, the red. Great day out. So that's a wrap from the Classic 350 launch today down on the Mornington Peninsula. It's been an awesome day out. Great company, great food, great bikes. What more do you want? See you in the next one.